And there is new help for parents who are dealing with an out-of-control child.
Bad behavior in kids is often diagnosed as ADHD or autism, but one Colorado researcher wants parents to consider something else. Dr. Dave Knight is in tonight, so what is that something else?
It is something called sensory processing disorder, an actual medical disorder. In fact, it's something that's been around for decades, but now there's a new effort to bring it into the medical mainstream and make more parents aware their children may be suffering from sensory overload. It's lunchtime for Jacob Turner, a time his mom used to dread. More often than not, mealtime turned to meltdown time for Jacob.
You need a paper towel?
And he got something on his fingers and he started screaming.
Jennifer Turner shot this video to show how out of control Jacob could get over the simplest problems.
In some ways I felt helpless as a mom. Like, here's my 3-year-old child. I can't even help my child eat a meal. Go!
Jennifer did find help. A therapist suggested Jacob has sensory processing disorder.
What might be something that, I as a parent might alert me that this is something to consider?
If you have a child who has frequent meltdowns, more than most kids, doesn't like to put their clothes on, doesn't like to be held, doesn't like to be toweled off after their bath, very, very picky eater, those are some of the indications that something else might be going on.
Dr. Lucy Miller finds children like Jacob cannot block out all the sights, sounds, and sensations which bombard all of us throughout the day. These kids get overloaded with too much sensory information and simply cannot process it.
It's not ADHD. It's not autism. It has specifically to do with sensory systems.
Got this fact first.
Miller set up the Star Center, dedicated to treating and studying sensory processing disorder. It's where Jacob learned to tolerate different sensations on his skin.
He has come a long way.
Go for it.
Occupational therapy also helped Alex Gallagher.
His behavior is phenomenal. I mean, it's night and day from the behavior side.
An obstacle course keeps Alex focused. He can practice processing each new challenge in order.
Twice.
Before the Star Center, this 6-year-old was rambunctious, disruptive, and annoyed other kids by playing too rough.
More than enjoying time with your kids, it became a struggle of how do we maintain life and how do we maintain peace rather than chaos. And it was chaos most of the time.
Into the goal.
After 3 months of therapy, Alex can now settle down long enough to read a book with his mom.
That was very good.
Sensory processing disorder is not commonly recognized by doctors or parents. These are kids that just don't seem to fit in. They just don't seem right. And so a lot of people say, well, it's just the way these kids are, which is why Dr. Miller is really working to bring attention to this disorder so that doctors will make the diagnosis and these kids can get some help.
Good for her for opening up that center. I bet there are light bulbs going off in parents' houses tonight.
A lot of people realize that this is a problem.
Yeah. Dr. Dave, thank you.
You bet.